G'day Kofi members and maybe the general public. I'm undecided about that last part. This video is definitely an early access and kind of a behind the scenes because I fully intended on understanding the range and efficiency of the brand new 2025 Tesla Model Y. And as you're about to learn, it doesn't go as planned. In today's video, I thought we'd do a range test in the Tesla Model Y 2025 version. That's a dual motor, long range. This is rated at 551 kilometers or 15.8 kilowatt hours per 100 Ks. Now, I looked online and the type of battery is an NMC and supposedly it's a 78 kilowatt hour battery. So those two figures, 551 kilometers or 15.8, don't make sense. Obviously, that's rated range. And if you want to learn about the difference between WLTP, the Chinese version, I think what it's called right now, and the American, check out this link up here. Right. To really test out this car to its ultimate, I haven't charged it since we left Tesla in Mulgrave. This is now day 3, I think it is, and we're driving all the way to Bendigo, and we might not need to do a charge. It says we're going to get there with 24% of the battery left. So that's great, because I like to go all the way back home before needing to charge this car, because I want to get down to almost near zero. Crazy, I know, but this is what you got to do, right? So join us on this trip as we take a drive up to Bendigo, and I'll share with you things like how quiet this car is, because it's very quiet, and just how efficient is the new Tesla Model Y. Okay, we've arrived at our destination, and when we departed, it said we'll arrive with 26% of the battery, and we achieved that. In fact, actually looking at the chart right now, we've actually been more efficient than what it predicted, so that's really impressive. We had a little bit of fog up near the Mount Macedon sort of area, but then otherwise it was a dry drive and also no wind, so that probably really helps. It said for that drive, that was 129.8 kilometers, 155.8 watt hours per kilometer. And so that was an hour and a half drive, and that's pretty impressive. Changing it over to the amount of range left is 136 kilometers. So that could get us home. And if you know from where we are, like in the Taylor's Lakes area, up to Bendigo, it's actually up a hill. There's a little bit going back into the Bendigo, it's downhill, but most of it's actually up. So I think we can safely go back home without having to charge here. And that's what I want to do. Basically, from when I picked the car up several days ago in Mulgrave, doing some errands, doing some work in the area, went to Sunshine, we've been to Caroline Springs. Today we're doing Bendigo. I want to go back and see how far we can get this battery from that 95% when we started down to near zero. So that's going to be the challenge. So what we'll do, we'll do a few things here in Bendigo, which I won't bore you with. And then after that, we're going to make our way back. I'll talk to you about the sound, the improved sound levels in this car, and enhanced autopilot. I've tabulated the results with the decibel readings, and it's official. We have almost, like, nothing between them, the quietest car that I've ever tested. It comes so amazingly close to the BMW iX3. And as you can see from this table, the new Tesla Model Y is like nearly identical. In fact, on a good day, this is probably better. It's so you can tell, as soon as you get in this car, you can absolutely tell how much better it is with noise suppression. It really is. I've selected navigation back to our home and removed charging spots because I wanted to supercharge the car. And it says we can do it. We'll arrive with 1% battery, but we need to keep below 90 Ks per hour. There is a 50 kilowatt charger in the Macedon area, so I could bail to that if I'm getting anxious. Shall we do it?
12 seconds later.
I've made the safest decision by choosing not to take the car down to like 1%. I don't want to get towing on a Saturday. It's not my car. I could damage the battery by doing that, so let's go do a supercharge in Bendigo, shall we? 21% of the battery. Let's see how long it takes to get to 80%. All right, we're in the shops for about 10 minutes and we left with what, 21%, and now it's at 57%. Pretty good, but we've only got realistically here, it said 125 kilowatts of charge through, but 800 kilometers added per hour. So that's a bit disappointing, I guess. So yeah, anyway, says we can safely get home now, so we may as well just keep on going. Okay, so at this moment it's 6 p.m. at night, running out of daylight, and to be honest, after charging and then getting back home, I ran out of energy. So then the next day we went to Mount Macedon, the next day after that I went to work, the following day I spent more time in the car and then I did a review, and at the very end of that time with the car, I kind of summed up altogether my time with the Tesla Model Y. And so let's get into that segment now, and it's kind of a valuable lesson in, well, maybe a bit of better planning, Chris. Bit poor planning. Yeah, you know the term. All right, enjoy. And finally, range and efficiency. I've had this car from Tesla about a week now, and in that time, it came with 10 kilometers on the odometer, I kid you not, and we're now at 682. So 672 kilometers. Yay. That was mainly freeway driving, I feel. Maybe a good half of that was freeway driving, and the other bit was urban driving. Efficiency, it's running at 15.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which I prefer. Most cars, people who come from cars, they know liters per 100 kilometers, so I just convert this simple watt hours to kilowatt hours. Yeah, that's more spot. Very easy to move. Anyway, pretty efficient, in line with expectations, because the sticker there says 15.5, so yeah, that's pretty much in line. Now, the problem that I've got with Tesla is you never know the exact battery size. So if it is a 79 kilowatt hour battery, that's going to be actual real world range. So remember, no car will ever get its claimed WLTP range, so just remember that. And I think for most people, you can charge this car once a week, and on the weekend, top it up.